In the depths of a United States prison resides an enraged inmate, his eyes burning with a murderous intensity fueled by an overwhelming hatred. Jason, just 6 months ago, had a blissful life with his loving and beautiful wife, eagerly envisioning a bright future with their newborn child. However, tragedy struck when masked criminals abruptly invaded their home. Before Jason even had a chance to comprehend the unfolding horror, his wife lay dying. These cunning bandits callously sprayed LSD and made their escape, leaving Jason to wake up surrounded by police with the murder weapon in his hand. Unbeknownst to him, he had been framed for his wife's murder and sentenced to a staggering 50-year imprisonment. On Christmas night, Jason found himself transferred to a private prison, heavily guarded to prevent any chance of escape. This prison, situated on a remote island in the middle of the sea, served as a haven for the most vicious and blood-stained criminals. Hoping for a peaceful breakfast, Jason soon found himself confronted by an individual who not only spat on his plate, but also insulted his deceased wife. Little did this offender know, they had just provoked the wrong person. A fierce altercation ensued, leading to Jason being brought before Julie, the uncompromising dictator who controlled the entire prison. Julie had a unique vision for the inmates under her iron grip. She orchestrated flying car races to transform them into assets. Death row prisoners were turned into drivers, piloting modified race cars and engaging in deadly battles on the track. The ultimate prize was a pardon and release from the prison for any inmate who managed to win 5 consecutive races. The races were broadcasted live worldwide, with an array of high-definition cameras capturing every exhilarating moment. In the previous race, a masked driver named Frank had emerged victorious in 3 consecutive races, displaying superhuman abilities. However, tragedy struck in the 4th race, when Frank suffered a mechanical failure and became the target of merciless opponents. Despite winning the race, Frank succumbed to his injuries. Desperate to maintain ratings, Julie concealed Frank's demise and urgently sought a worthy replacement. Enter Jason, the perfect candidate for the role. Initially hesitant, Jason succumbed to the allure of Julie's irresistible offer, his freedom in exchange for winning the 5th race while impersonating Frank. With the deal sealed, Jason entered the workshop brimming with determination, where he met the team coach and technician, Fatty. The race car was a formidable machine, equipped with a high-powered engine boasting a staggering 850 horsepower. Safety precautions were also paramount, with nitrogen acceleration, robust racing defense, and 2 centimeters thick bulletproof glass on the front and sides. The rear boasted a solid armor, 15 centimeters thick. To ensure an even more thrilling spectacle, the car was fitted with smoke bombs, petrol bombs, and 2 multi-barrel Gatling machine guns. Truly, a vehicle designed for extraordinary performance. As Jason listened to the coach, he learned that the flying car race comprised 3 games. The first 2 games required eliminating as many opponents as possible, ensuring that they crossed the finish line. Who will emerge as the true champion in the 3rd game? Jason faces formidable opponents in Chinese-American Green, Jim, former professional racing driver Colt, and Jake. To add some excitement to the races, Julie selects hot and beautiful inmates from the women's prison to serve as racers' navigators. Jason's navigator, Keith, is known for his exceptional skills and has been instrumental in helping Frank on numerous occasions. With a grand global live broadcast attracting over 45 million viewers, the participants eagerly await the start of the race. As the lights flash, Jason accelerates ahead, taking the lead, while the rest of the competitors quickly follow suit. However, the race becomes chaotic, and Jason finds himself slipping down to 4th place. But with Keith's calm guidance, Jason takes a shortcut at an intersection and regains his lead. As they enter the 2nd lap, Julie activates a series of sensors that trigger gunfire, smoke bombs, napalm, and traps. Unfortunately, Jason's lack of experience in his first race prevents him from effectively utilizing the weapons, leaving him vulnerable to the enemy. The enemy fires wildly with Gatling machine guns, but their poor driving skills lead to their own demise, being overtaken by Green, who triumphantly revels in their defeat. Green then pursues Colt, who skillfully evades an attack by escaping from steel spikes and launches a counterattack. Green, unable to dodge a sudden flat tire, loses control of their car, which rolls and crashes to the ground. Green emerges from the wreckage, attempting to taunt the camera, only to be abruptly silenced. In the final lap, Jake, equipped with a powerful giant Gatling gun and with Colt persistently tailing behind, causes severe damage to Jason's armor. In a daring move, Jason instructs Keith to release a petrol bomb using the passenger's ejector seat, engulfing the entire car in flames as the oil spurts out. Before Colt can react, Jason ignites the car with a cigarette lighter, creating a spectacular inferno. Despite a fierce struggle, Jason manages to maintain his lead and eventually finishes in 6th place, although the car is left riddled with holes. Witnessing the horror of the race, Jason declares his unwillingness to participate any further. However, Julie has a surprise up her sleeve. She reveals a photo of Jason's child, using it as leverage to force him to continue racing. Filled with anger, Jason confronts Jim at the workshop later that night, only to be caught off guard and viciously attacked. Fortunately, Fatty arrives just in time to rescue Jason from Jim's clutches. While Fatty endures torment, Jason seizes the opportunity to fight back, using a steel block as his weapon. Jim, realizing he is no match for Jason, finally confesses to the truth about the murder of Jason's wife. Unfortunately, their confrontation is cut short when a prison guard appears out of nowhere and electrocutes Jason to save Jim. The second race proceeded as planned, with all the participants rushing out from the starting point. Amidst the chaos, Jason remained composed and veered off into an abandoned workshop. It was there that he confronted Keith, revealing a larger conspiracy at play. Keith had been undercover for Julie, tasked with sabotaging Jason's chances of winning the race in order to benefit Julie and secure the release of Case. Reluctantly, Keith had no choice but to cooperate. Jason, fueled by determination, re-entered the racetrack with nitrous acceleration. However, his focus shifted from winning the race to seeking vengeance against Jim, the man responsible for his wife's death. With both cars firing shots, the intense chase led to Jason activating a smoke grenade, obscuring Jim's vision and causing him to crash. Seeing that Jim survived the crash, Jason quickly reversed his car and returned to the scene. Meanwhile, Julie, in an effort to heighten the excitement of the race, unleashed a formidable opponent known as the Dreadnought. This heavily armed vehicle mercilessly attacked the other racers, leading to casualties and chaos on the track. To make matters worse, the Dreadnought was equipped with a replenishment device, leaving the other drivers helpless against its relentless assault. Desperate to survive, Jason and another racer had to outmaneuver the Dreadnought and trigger a trap, all while secretly planning to eliminate Jason. Later that night, Jason reached out to Jake with a daring plan. As the third race approached, Julie was determined to prevent Jason's victory at all costs. She manipulated the sensor system and allocated all available resources to Jake, arming him to the teeth. Unfazed, Jason bravely faced Jake's relentless barrage and even managed to remove his own shield. Jake, however, had a different target in mind: the prison wall. By blowing up a gap in the wall, they both made their daring escape. Unbeknownst to Julie, Jason and Jake had been working together, deceiving her every step of the way. Furious, Julie attempted to detonate the explosives she had planted, only to discover that they had been defused. Jason, quick on his feet, discarded a spare fuel tank, effectively stopping the pursuing police cars on a bridge. As a helicopter closed in on them, Jason selflessly diverted its attention, luring it towards a pier before leaping from his car into the night. Keith had already obtained a release order and was safe, even if he were to be caught. With Keith's assistance, Jason and Jake successfully rendezvoused and escaped on a train. 6 months later, Jason and Jake resurfaced in Mexico, where they opened an auto repair shop. Not long after, Keith joined them. Jason not only regained custody of his children, but also found new friends and love. This marked the end of the thrilling film, Death Race, showcasing Jason Statham's signature action-packed performance. Fans of Jason will not be disappointed. Until next time.